Hello friends, it's story time again. A very interesting story. We are going to handle the objection called no need. It is the giant baby example. So there was this lady called Norma somewhere in Europe, and she was there. She had her husband and she had two daughters, and they were living a normal life. And everything was going on fine, and things was hunky dory. One day what happened was Norma's husband John went to the mountain. They had some very nice mountains nearby. He went to the mountain, and when he returned in the evening, he came with a baby. And when Norma saw John with the baby, she was like completely shocked, and she just almost pounced on him, asking him, who's the child, to whom the child belonged. John told Norma, please calm down, there's nothing like that. Then she said, but where is this child? Who is this child? Why? She started asking a lot of questions. He said, I'll explain to you. So he says, I went to the mountain and I found one giant, and this giant gave me this baby, and he told me to take care of it. There is no problem. This is not like our other children. This baby will only wake up once a year, and you have to just feed her for after once a year, and then it will be sitting down, or it will be staying in the cupboard for the rest of the year, and again after 1 year. So he requested me, and I felt pity on him, because I thought I should take care of this baby. And every year, and somehow he managed to convince Norma, and the baby was kept, and they fed the baby, and every year at the end of the year the baby would get up, and these people would feed the baby. The baby would at least eat about it would cost 5% of the total income of John. And wife used to always get irritated. Norma used to get irritated every time the baby had to be fed. But 3, 4, 5 years passed by, and everything was there. The baby used to get up, they would feed, and everything would be there all right. Every time the baby woke up, Norma would get a little upset, and then she would settle down. And what happened one day, after about 5 to 6 years, when John was driving on a bike on the highway, a truck hit him and he died by an accident. Once he died, it was very, Norma was very heartbroken, and somehow the funeral was conducted. And after the funeral, a few days after that, one of the bankers came to Norma and explained to her that her husband had owed a lot of money to the bank, and that he was paying the EMIs, and that she would have to either continue paying the EMIs or she would have to return the money. Norma was dumbfounded, because she was shocked. From where is she going to get all this money? And then she told the banker, please give me a month's time, let me discuss with my relatives and friends and see how I can handle this. I don't think I'll be able to pay the lump sum. Neither I am able to pay the EMI, but let me see, I will find a way out. After that gentleman went, he gave her 1 month's time. Norma started having lot of worries, and she was really very shocked how she is going to manage all these things. And she started talking to her relatives and friends and everybody else, trying to find out how she can make this loan. Otherwise the banker also, and she knew that she would have to sell her house and maybe settle for a very small house so that the loan could be paid. And what happened was, during these few days after the banker went, one day suddenly Norma's eyes fell on this baby, and he was just fed 1 month before, and she thought this is an additional burden. She had to anyway take care of the 2 other kids, and therefore she thought this was an additional burden. And so she decided to pick up the child and take him to the mountain, and give it back to the giant, so that she can express her sorrow, and also tell the giant that it is not possible financially for her to take care of the child. So Norma took the child to the mountain and started searching for that giant man. And lo and behold, after quite a search, she was able to locate this person. He was a giant, really, by the way, what John had told her. And he immediately invited Norma to his cave, and made her comfortable, took the child and said, thank you very much for taking care of this child, he took the child inside and kept him, and offered some drinks and things, biscuits to Norma. And after she settled down, she told him that, okay, thank you very much, we have taken care of this child, but now since John is no more, I don't think I will be able to take care of this, this baby. And the giant said, but did not John tell you anything about this baby? So she said, no, he just told me that he had taken, a giant man had asked him to take care of the baby, and he had agreed. He said, no, that was not what I had told him. I had told him that I am giving this baby, and then he has to take care of this baby and feed this baby every year. And I had a promise attached to that. So Norma said, what promise? What was the promise? So he told her the promise was that in case something unfortunately happens to you, that is what he had told John, something unfortunately happens to you, then I will give in exchange for taking care of this child a whole bag full of gold coins. And he says, that was my promise. I don't know why John did not tell you about it. But since you have very, very, very nicely taken care of this child for the last 7 years, I am obliged to take, take my benefit, or the promise that I had made to you. I would like to now comply with that. So saying this, the giant went inside and brought a whole bag full of gold coins and gave it to Norma. And she had goosebumps. I am having goosebumps while talking about this to you. And she was completely flabbergasted. And she just took this gold coin bag. All the troubles, all the worries, and all that she had thought almost, dissolved into oblivion in 1 second after she received the gold coin. And the giant man told her, Norma, I know you must be in a very, very bad situation financially, but I do hope John did a very, very good job of accepting to take care of this baby, because I talked to a lot of people, but most of them did not agree. Since John agreed, and since now this misfortune had happened, for which I am very sorry, but I hope and I know that this gold coin, this bag full of gold coins will help you to take care of that loan. It will help you to take care of your kids and still maintain the lifestyle that that John has given you all. You should thank John for this, because it's really he who did this. Norma just started weeping profusely. She has always been abusing John for taking this extra responsibility. She has been so unkind to John, and now she realized that one thing that John did, what a transformation it created for her in her life. Otherwise she was completely lost, and she came back with that gold coin with full of energy, and really thanking God, thanking John to no end for having accepted that child from the giant. And she came home and she lived happily after that. She was able to pay off the loan. She was able to take care of her kids. She was able to manage their future education, and they were able to continue to maintain their standard of living. And then after telling this story, I pick up the form, I take this pen, and I point it out to the customer. I show him the dotted line. I give him the pen and I ask him, sir, today also one giant is asking you to to take a child, to take care of this child. Sir, if you sign on this form, this is nothing but the child that you are going to take care of. This is nothing but you have to pay 1 lakh rupees per year towards the benefit of taking care of this child. And in case something unfortunately happened, just like the giant man gave a bag of gold coins, so also you'll receive a whole big check from LIC of India in case something unfortunately happens. And your wife, your widow, your wife will really thank you for having done this this thing of taking care of this child. My dear friends, this is a very, very interesting thing, and you must have seen we are taking the whole context out of the discussion. It's not in the discussion. Many people try to handle this objection in the discussion. It won't happen. If you have liked this content, please share it in the comment box, because it is very, very important that you share. We feel motivated when you give this this motivation for us. Also, if you can use this in some of real life situations where you are stuck with a client, and then please let us know in the comment box how you were able to close that sale. Also, please don't forget to share this video with all your friends and development officers. They will definitely thank you for bringing this kind of content to them. And also, lastly, last but not the least, please subscribe so that you will get notification for all our videos. Thank you.